Hello folks and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host Joe to Love. Here we are discussing Saturday night's main event on Monday. Yes, so I understand that I said I was going to talk about Survivor Series, but unfortunately I didn't, just because I saw the card and I was like, on second thought, probably not, but anywho, I did like and did tune into Saturday night's main event. Thought it was fun watch, and here to do a review for you guys. So yeah, but nonetheless, happy holidays in December. Hope everyone's being safe out there. It's definitely cold in a lot of areas, so yeah, be safe. But yeah, let's sit here and talk about Saturday night's main event for you guys. So, also, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe. If you guys haven't, the notification bell is also down there as well to find out when I post things, when they're posted. Obviously, I'm not as consistent as I want to be with posting, but again, I try to get out as much content as I can, so it's fun. So, very retro base, which was fun for Saturday night's main event. You know, we got Jesse by Ventura, being back on Saturday night's main event. If credit to Chris Van Fleet, he's one of the best, arguably my favorite podcasts that are out there as far as wrestling, just mostly bass. He does great interviews with wrestlers and whatnot. But so a couple weeks ago, he interviewed Jesse the Body Ventura, or he had an interview uploaded on his channel, in which Jesse revealed that he is under a Legends contract again with WWE. Which obviously great news. Jesse, obviously very old school, very part of WWE back in the 80s, and synergy with the 90s, and then show up a fair share in 2000s. But yeah, now being back on Let's Seal, that's very good, very solid. So anyway, so he was out there, he was on a battle with Joe Tessitore, which, definitely is unique. Still hearing him for WWE, because, as a sports fan, hearing him call out football, that is very different. Hearing him call WWE, but he is obviously one of the top and one of the best announcers out there. So yeah, it's very good analyst, and he's definitely getting into his own. It kind of feels like he's getting more comfortable, which is fun to see. Then we also had a surprise. So Pat McAfee. So we knew that he was going to return to Raw commentary starting in Netflix next month, part of 2025 for Raw. But, we're in a weird cycle as far as college football season. The regular season has ended. College football playoffs start next week, so it's fun to see. But yeah, it was good to see McAfee be able to show up. And again, McAfee, we know, has really brought a creatism and really a funness to WWE commentary again. So it's great to hear him along with Michael Cole there on commentary. So yeah. Yeah, I saw Saturday Night's main event back in 2007, 2008, 2009. You know, those old, not retro Saturday Night's main event days, but yeah. But yeah, 5 solid matches on the show, which we'll get into. So, first off, I mean, I get the match placement, but a little confusing in retrospect. So, first of all, Drew McIntyre for Sami Zayn. A hell of a opener and whatnot for Saturday Night's main event. Drew McIntyre, you know, good to see him back. You know, he returned a couple weeks ago after first time since Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell against CM Punk. So it was good to see him back. You know, he was filming a movie, I believe, or a role, part of, I believe, Killer's Games or something. Movie with Dave Bautista and Terry Crews, among others. So it's interesting seeing him back. He's definitely, you know, one of the best. So against Sami Zayn, you know, he's in a unique spot now since War Games and Survivor Series over, but he's obviously a part of the OG bloodline, and we'll see how things progress as far as WrestleMania season starting next month. But this was a very solid match, as yeah, Sami Zayn obviously kicked off with the Headstar, Fiery Star, took the fight to McIntyre. He hit the slingshot moonsault off the top rope. McIntyre obviously got the advantage back when he tossed Sami over the announce table. And then Sami fired back with a few solid moves with the sunset flip powerbomb off the top rope for a near fall and a blue thunder bomb. But ultimately, Drew McIntyre won out of nowhere with a Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. And Drew McIntyre gets a solid victory over Sami Zayn to open Saturday Night's main event. So, and there's a little tidbit afterwards where Drew was like 1 down, 4 to go. As in, it seems like he's targeting the ones of the OG bloodline. That's the way it seems. Roman Reigns, the Usos who he attacked, or Jimmy Uso who he attacked earlier this week, or last week. And then Solo Sikoa is obviously there, but obviously Solo's not a heel, or he is a heel. And that's the weird thing. The OG bloodline is different now. So we'll see. Io Sky versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. We know how good Io Sky is, and Liv Morgan, we know has been, especially in this feud with Rhea Ripley, being part of the Judgment Day now, she is starting to be more of a main player in the women's division. You know, very solid for her, for her. But yeah, Liv Morgan, you know, it seems like this Rhea Ripley feud is not over, but I mean, it was a hell of a feud. Some enjoyed it, some didn't, but it's a good refresher to see Liv Morgan face off against Io Sky, and a unique finish to the match. So we know, so Io went for patent moonsault finish, but Liv got the feet up and rocked Io on her way down, caught her with the Oblivion for the 1-2-3. So very solid win for Liv Morgan. She got the win. Afterwards, we saw Rhea Ripley come out, and honestly, we don't need a lot of nicknames. It's like, anyway, but Michael Cole called Rhea the Eradicator, but nonetheless, Rhea Ripley. So anyway, we'll see. You know, Royal Rumble season is not too far from now, so we shall see. Excuse me. Now, I get why they place these matches, but you know, it was a little odd, you know, because you had the Women's World Championship, and then you had the World Heavyweight Championship match, and then the Women's United States Championship final, which I get, it's a big moment, inaugural, but the way it seems, it's going to be a secondary title for the women on SmackDown. So, but that's just nitpicking. But it definitely caught your eye when it's like, oh, the World Heavyweight Championship match is next. So next up, Finn Bálor versus Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was a heck of a triple threat, and both certainly got involved. We know the story with Finn Bálor helping Gunther win the World Heavyweight Championship over Priest back at SummerSlam, and this intertwining feud with Priest and Rhea versus the other members of Judgment Day. So this was a fun triple threat match. Now, Gunther, you know, first of all, I love Priest, and Bálor, I'm glad, you know, I absolutely wish he was got more recognition as a main event guy, and maybe he will obviously have another world title reign in his future, but and he's currently 1/2 the world tag team champion with JD McDonough. But every time I see Gunther and that World Heavyweight Championship, I don't want to see him lose. I don't want to see him lose again for another long time. It's like they said the only two people to have beaten him reportedly have been Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn back at WrestleMania. So as far as WWE main roster, at least for a while. Of course, there were those few years ago when Walter was squashed by Drew McIntyre back at Survivor Series tag team elimination match, but nonetheless, that was Walter. This Gunther, it's great to see him. And Gunther has his critics, and it boggles me because he fully embodies that old school, just like fitting type of prick heel. And he can go in the ring. He's a hell of a promo. Just, yeah. Seeing him back from NXT UK as Walter to now, it's just great to see. So, Priest embodied his Undertaker old school with like a crossbody to Gunther, fall with a flatliner to Finn Bálor for a near fall. Went for the South of Heaven on Gunther, fall with a Razor's Edge, which Bálor got a coup de grace on Gunther for a near fall. Priest followed up with a... Now I will also say, but I'm glad it didn't happen, but it was close. Damian Priest almost had a flop dollar moment, as in when Top Dollar, aka AJ Francis, who's in WWE, had that moment a few years ago when he tried to dive the top rope, but he just hit the top rope and it just didn't go cleanly. But anyway, Priest landed. It seemed like he was a bit upset because, yeah, it wasn't the cleanest, but it... Anyway, so obviously triple threat, no disqualifications. Gunther broke it up, and heck of a finish. So steel steps, maneuvering around the outside. So Gunther, and credit improvisation, because and Michael Cole noticed it. It looked like Priest's foot nicked the steel steps, and thus Gunther almost dropped Priest when he was looking for a powerbomb. But credit to the strength and timing of both, as Gunther got Priest up for a powerbomb. Powerbomb Priest onto the steel steps outside, and then followed up back in the ring. Drop kick to Bálor, followed with a powerbomb in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Gunther retains the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, Bálor would have been a good moment. Priest, would have been. If if anyone else was going to win the world title tonight, it would have been Bálor, which would have been a cool moment. But yeah, Gunther is a great world champion, and I'm curious if they're doing like a teacher protege type of thing with him, and not Giovanni Vinci, but or Ludwig Kaiser. There you go. So yeah, I wonder if they're doing like a teacher protege thing with Kaiser and Gunther, where eventually Kaiser, because he's such a prick, like very good, just natural heel looking. So it's like you wonder if Kaiser, maybe they're teasing him to be the one to supplant Gunther perhaps sometime next year, if not when it's time for Gunther to lose the World Heavyweight Championship. And that would be certainly a hell of a full circle one, because Kaiser has of course been with Gunther from the start, back when he's Walter, a part of Imperium. And then obviously it's odd to see, Alex with Giovanni Vinci, his breakup with tag team with Kaiser, which boggled people's minds at the time. And then Alexander Wolf, he certainly added as a 4 as Imperium back in NXT, but obviously he's no longer with the company. So yeah, Kaiser being the one to potentially take the title from Gunther when it's time, certainly an interesting possibility to think about. Michin, aka Mia Yim, versus Chelsea Green. The finals for the Exhibit Series. But yeah, the finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament. As Chelsea Green, she beat Blair Davenport in the semis after Jade Cargill was taken out. It was supposed to be a triple threat. And then she beat Bayley in the semis. So it's like, to get here. And then Michin, she had a heck of a road to get here as well. So that was fun to see. But yeah, with the attention and just the growth of Chelsea Green, how she's gotten over with people has been unique. I've seen her back when she was part of TNA a number of those years ago, and that gimmick she was doing back in TNA with the Trust Bride type of thing. It was just unique. So yeah, seeing her now all these years later, and it was a hell of a moment for Chelsea Green. And I will say it was funny hearing Lillian Garcia, which by the way, it's great to hear her back on commentary against Samantha Irvin. Held down the fort for a good amount of time, and she did a hell of a job. And obviously she's off doing her own thing. We'll see what her next chapter unfolds, but it's good to see Lillian Garcia. I mean, her and Tony Chimel, along with Howard Finkel, were the voices of my childhood, pretty much, for a while, So, I mean, hearing Lillian Garcia again announcing, it's unique to see. But yeah, this was a hell of a moment for Chelsea Green. This match did well, but the finish, was unique. So, Chelsea Green, her finish is the Unprettier, but they kind of tweaked the name. It's Unpretty Her. So they kind of tweaked it a little bit, but nonetheless, unique way to finish, as she was on the top rope, fought off Michin, slapped her in the face, and then floated over to get her arms and then set her up for the Unprettier. Enough for the win. A hell of a finish and hell of a moment for Chelsea Green, as Nick Aldis, who also has done a heck of a job as GM, he hit the presenter with the title, raised her arm, so that was a hell of a moment. Also seeing Piper Niven lift her on her shoulders, that was... Congrats Chelsea Green. Congrats RD Nord. Heck of a moment for her. Then the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed WWE Championship. I talked Night Champions, or not Clash Castle, but Bash at Berlin. There you go. Bash at Berlin. And it was Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, and we saw that glimpse of Kevin Owens being reluctant and he didn't pull the trigger when Cody Rhodes had a bad knee, but the teasers were there certainly for Kevin Owens to turn heel. And as cool as it's been to see Kevin Owens be a babyface, his best work is as a heel. So it's great to see him deranged, and his attacks on Kevin Owens or Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, his deranged style, it's certainly been better. So this match, definitely psyched for it. And we saw on social media, because people have campaigned for it, and people have talked about the Windigo belt, how it's been a while and very retro base. And we saw a video of Cody Rhodes looking for a case, and you see a light flashing. So you can only guess that the Windigo belt was going to return. And thus it did. And boy, was it a sight to behold, seeing on Cody Rhodes' face or waist. It was certainly a unique sight to see. But this was a heck of a match. You know, plenty of drawbacks. The promo did its job. Now, there was obviously some curiousness on if Kevin Owens was gonna win, but you know, on Saturday night's main event, you know, Cody Rhodes being, especially with this match being in the main event, but finish was unique. So the referee got knocked down numerous times, and then because Kevin Owens injured Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes hit a RKO on the announce table, then hit a Cody Cutter back in the ring for a near fall. Kevin Owens, there's chair involved, and Cody Rhodes hit a crossroads on chair for the win. So Cody Rhodes gets to win the main event. Now what happened afterwards was intriguing, as Kevin Owens hit a package pile driver on Cody Rhodes, and thus they stretched him out, you know, signing him, and then Kevin Owens stole the Undisputed WWE Championship and apparently had an altercation with Triple H, which wasn't, you know, premiered on the feed. So it's like interesting. But you know, how long apparently is Cody Rhodes going to be sidelined for? You know, because next week, or next month rather, is the Royal Rumble. And you know, The Rock is going to be looming to face off against Cody probably in WrestleMania season. So we shall see the final boss. But yeah, it's a heck of a show, I thought, was Saturday night's main event. And yeah, that was my review, so hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But if you guys did, leave a like, leave a thumbs up. Thank you guys all. Also subscribe again if you guys haven't. Comment if you guys have any feedback, whatnot. Love to hear it. Certainly, I enjoy the feedback, so yeah, appreciate it, guys. See you guys next time. I'm Angel to Love. Peace.